So what does it really take to build a six-figure income in 90 days starting from below scratch? We're going to find out in a second. Hey Internet world, this is Matthew Harris, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. You know, my wife and I went through some crazy stuff, and you've probably heard our story. If you haven't, I'll just share a little bit of it. Is that when we got into business, it was out of desperation. You know, Tony Robbins talks about there's two reasons people change their lives. One is desperation, the other one is inspiration. Well, we were so desperate, we were inspired to take massive action. What happened was we were 8 months from our wedding, and the company I was with went out of business, left us with literally nothing. And at the same time, my wife's career actually had fallen apart. So here we are, engaged to be married, no idea how on earth we're even going to pay for the wedding, but we had faith, and we just knew that it was going to happen. We just had to find a way. And that's why I always say dream and then find a way. Any of the videos you see me talking on or training on, any of the content I put out on my blog, anything like that, I always use that tagline, dream, and then find a way, because that's exactly what happened for us in our life, and I live by that creed. Because a lot of folks want to try and find the way first and then create the dream. It doesn't work that way. You have to have the vision first, and then it has to be really plain in front of you. And our vision was for us to be able to be married and to have the wedding that we wanted with the friends and family that we had invited and planned originally. So we had this vision, found our way into network marketing, and built up a great amount of income in a very, very quick period of time. Now here's the interesting thing about this. Most people don't know the other side of the story. We actually were able to pay for the wedding, had the wedding, went on our honeymoon, came back, and the business had fallen apart. And so I learned a dramatic lesson that network marketing, first of all, is a business. Just like anything else, where if you were to stop working for a certain amount of time, you wouldn't get paid, right? So the same thing for us. We had not built up a healthy enough business to where we could just take time off and expect to have a solid residual check. We hadn't gotten there yet. But I didn't know that at the time. So I was frustrated, thinking, oh my goodness, this business doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. Didn't know what we were going to do. Literally, we had gone from our income go from $13,000 to $300 for the month. So it was a dramatic drop. Anyway, so we're trying to figure out what we're going to do, and every single thing we tried just was not working. I don't know if you've ever been there where you do everything you can and even more, and things still don't seem to go your way. Matter of fact, now things even seem to go worse. And so then we went through that kind of period our first couple months as a married couple where everything fell apart. We were losing family members that were dying, and just people going through so many challenges, close friends of ours dying. Our whole life seemed to be turned upside down. We couldn't even focus on putting in any kind of work. And we found ourselves at the point where literally almost homeless, couldn't afford to pay our rent, and were stealing internet at Panera Bread just to be able to trying to get job applications out there. We were trying everything. It was really, really rough. My wife was selling her furniture just so that we would not be homeless. So you can imagine as a man what kind of impact that has on you and your pride. And just so I was just in the middle of this deep, dark depression and frustration, and was really trying to break through. And that's why I wanted to shoot this video, because people say, oh, wow, so we've heard you tell the story in conference calls or in person, this kind of stuff, you know, you guys going through this hard time, but how did you break through? I don't think I really shared as much of in depth of the stories I just shared right now, being really pretty transparent. And still there's more to it than that, obviously. But the thing that really helped us turn this around is really interesting. Here's what happened. So I was going over to Panera Bread trying to steal their internet, and they turn off the internet at 10 o'clock. They shut down the whole, restaurant. Well, it's not a restaurant. They shut down the whole place, and they kick everybody out. And so this Panera Bread was about 5 minutes from our house. It was just down the street. I was driving this little beat-up Nissan, red car, paint was peeling off the front, didn't have enough gas really to even get home. I mean, it was just crazy. I hadn't eaten for a lot of time that day, and if I don't eat, you know me, I'm going to die. Right? My metabolism's crazy. So I'm hungry. I'm frustrated now because I can't get on the internet because I just got kicked out. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And at the same time, we really, really needed money. We needed money so bad. It was like we needed air to breathe. That's how bad we needed the money. And so I'm sitting outside here. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get online outside of Panera Bread. So I tried to get online, and it turned out I had a connection. My goal was to get on Facebook so that I could prospect some folks and get some new phone numbers and follow up with some people. I mean, I was doing everything you could, trying to create traffic and trying to create buzz and just trying to create a following and influence on the internet, because I had ran through all of my list of contacts. I had talked to everyone about so many different businesses, and no one was trying to hear what I had to say. I had no credibility left anyway. And so I'm sitting outside here, outside of Panera Bread, 10 something at night. Next thing you know, it starts to rain. And you talk about frustration. It was like the whole world, my whole world of frustration just suddenly just fell on top of me all at the same time. And I'm looking up at the sky and I'm just starting to break out of tears. I mean, I was so frustrated, and I said, God, why is this happening? Now, here's the thing about that question. It wasn't a very positive question. I wasn't really trying to find a way to get through the challenge. I was just more so frustrated. I just wanted to know why. I just wanted to make sense of it. And then I started to ask a better question. I said, how can I get through this? That was the question that I really need to get through, because I made this decision that night. As I'm sitting there just outside of Panera, completely frustrated, I made this decision that I am not going to quit, that I am not going to give up. I told God that. I said, no matter what you send my way or allow to come my way, I am not giving up. I am on this path. We're going to fight for what we believe in. We are going to do better than we're doing right now, because I know you created us for greatness. And there are people that are looking to hear our story, and they're going to know that it's possible for them too, because it was possible for us. That moment was the moment my life changed. It was that decision. It wasn't all the struggle and all the training and all the things that I was doing on the internet, using the way I use Facebook and all this kind of stuff to build a contact base and all this kind of stuff. Guys, that was just the result of the decision I made. And it was that night that I said, I'm never going to quit. Matter of months later, I found ourselves living in Miami Beach, earning a ridiculous income. We saw our income hit up to $30,000 for the first month, just in a month for the first time, and built a six-figure income from then on out. Now we've moved up to Atlanta, Georgia, living in this huge house. I don't even know what to do with all the space, and it's literally surreal to look back and see how much has happened, how fast it's happened. But no matter what training I share with you, no matter what information you get from many of the other incredible leaders that are in the entrepreneurial space, or even in the home-based business industry, here's one thing that I want to share with you that you'll hear from probably all of us. But one thing for me in particular, for my own story, is that I made a decision that I was going to figure out a way. That was it. When you find yourself backed up against a wall, when you have nowhere else to turn, when you're lying flat on your back and you can look up, and that's all you can look up, you better look up and just believe that it's going to happen, and then you take massive action and make that decision that you're not going to quit. So some of you watching this right now, you may be going through some tough stuff. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to really break through to the next level. Or maybe things are going well right now and you're getting comfortable. Here's the thing about comfort. You never become successful in your comfort zone. No matter how successful you become, you have to continue growing, otherwise you're dying. That's the cool part about life, is that you have to continue to grow. You have to continue to learn. So I challenge you, if you're in a comfort zone right now, to break out of that comfort zone. The coolest thing that could have happened for us, now looking back, was that we had all of our comfort stripped away from us. We had to make it. Some of you guys are looking at this, you're network marketers right now, and you're trying to figure out how come you haven't broken through just yet, and how come some other people have. It's because you're comfortable. You're comfortable. You're going through the same patterns as most people are. Going to your job, clocking in, clocking out, watching TV at night, going through that same pattern, just doing good enough to get by, but not well enough to really be living. And you don't even realize that. But when you look in the mirror one day, like I found myself looking in the mirror and having nothing, absolutely nothing, literally starting, you know how Drake says starting from the bottom? We were below the bottom. That's where we were. I know that for a fact. But it was because of that it created a burning desire in us to really break through and to make that decision that it was going to happen. So I'm asking you this. You've got some incredible information in terms of Facebook Prospecting Power. You're going to get that course that you've seen that we just launched, that relaunched. We actually just updated it. It's got a tremendous amount of new material inside of that I've shared now and created, that I know that pretty much no other course on the planet in terms of network marketing for Facebook and Facebook prospecting for network marketers shares at all. Great new information we've added on top of the foundation. But here's what I'm asking for you to do, whether you get the course or not, is that you make a decision, that you come to a definitive point in your life where you say, enough is enough, I am done with mediocrity, I'm going for success, I'm going for something great. If you can come to that decision, then I know that you'll find a way, because your dream has become a reality in your mind. You see it so clearly that you don't even see the possibility of failure. That's when the magic starts to happen, and that's when you'll be on the verge of your greatest success, my friends. So if you're going through some hard stuff right now, rejoice, because that means that you're no longer in a comfort zone and you have to make it. And I know that you will make it. So whether you take action to get Facebook Prospecting Power right now or not, again, I hope that you do, because I know the value that it will add to you, and it's so refreshing to hear all the messages from people all around the world that are just having tremendous breakthroughs in their network marketing business. People going from literally nothing in income to thousands and thousands of dollars a month. People having the interesting problem of having too many people to talk to. You're going to go through all of that, guys, and especially as you duplicate that within your team, of teaching your team how to use Facebook properly, because unfortunately most people have no clue that they're doing it wrong. But when you duplicate that within a team and show them the right way to do it, oh my goodness, it's just something that you cannot stop. But either way, regardless, my real purpose of this video was to challenge you to make that decision, that the time for you to break through is now.